Well, it's November the 3rd. It's about 7:45 in the morning right now. It's just a beautiful morning. 42 degrees currently. It's nice and cool. The temperatures have been dropping the past few days, so this is definitely definitely gonna be a good weekend. We got pre-rut conditions right now. Folks are chasing a little bit. They're hitting scrapes, making rubs. The rut should be here in full swing in about a week and a half, and it's fairly clear outside, so I'm thinking the deer should be up and moving. I'm sitting in just a pine thicket, kind of next to some bedding areas, and try and catch them up on their feet this morning, trying to head to the hardwoods or head to a food plot down there to get some food. So I'm going to hopefully catch them up and moving on their feet. And I don't care if it's a doe, if it's a buck. If it's mature enough, I'm going to put a bullet towards it. So cross my fingers, because the freezer is looking mighty thin right now. We're going to sit back here and hopefully these deer start coming out here in about 30 minutes. Hopefully I'll come back to you guys with some deer. Thanks for watching. Well, I just had that buck walk by at like 35 yards. I don't even know what I got on camera, but he came straight up from this bottom down here, and he was walking up, and I put out some doe estrus this morning, so he was walking right towards it, and I made one little noise, and he looked, and he kind of changed direction and started walking to my left. I put the gun up and got the scope on him, but the daggum scope was fogged up, and I was looking straight into the sun, and I couldn't see him through the scope, and he was... I wish I could have done that over again. Oh, man. It's just how it is, though. It is what it is. Can't shoot a deer every time you come in. Can't shoot every deer you see. It's looking promising. Hopefully maybe something big can come out. I didn't really get a good look at the deer's antlers. I might have them on camera. It might have been this 9-pointer I have. I'll throw up a picture right here. I'm not exactly sure. I was kind of just trying to get the shot, so unfortunately it just didn't work out. So we're gonna keep on trucking on and hopefully see some more deer. Alright, about to get to the truck. Didn't see anything else. It's about 11 o'clock right now. Just it was kind of slow, you know. I had that one buck come in at about 8:30, and he read the script, did everything perfect. Just some bad luck with the scope fogging up and the sun right in my face. But yeah, I'm back to the truck now. I actually got down probably about 20 minutes ago, and I just went and walked around where my tripod is, and I found a rub, and I found some trails, and I found a spot that I'd like to plant a food plot next year in the pines. It's actually pretty open. It's got one pine that's just a little small opening, not very big at all, probably about 50 yards by 50 yards maybe, but I'll tell you what, it looks pretty good. As you can tell, we got tracks. Now the deer been walking through here. They crossed this road There's a big old open cut that goes up that way. But I'm about to load up the truck here, put my stuff together, head back to camp, and I'll see you there. Well, I'm at the truck now. Getting ready to go out for the evening hunt. It's 2:30 right now. I'm gonna sneak on back in here, the same stand I sat this morning where I saw that buck. Yeah, I think he was coming up and smelling that doe estrus, so I think that another buck may do the same thing. I'm gonna go out there and put a little more estrus out and put some on my boots, have a trail in. So wind should be good, and conditions are nice. You know, it's 62 right now. But it's going to go back in the 40s tonight, so decent temperatures, nothing to complain about. So let's get everything packed up and get all our gear and head on to the stand, and let's hopefully we see some deer tonight. I'm sitting in the same stand as I did this morning. I freshened up that doe estrus I put out this morning to get a little more scent, put some more on my boots on the trail I came in. I got a pretty good wind today though. It's blowing right back over my left shoulder, which is perfect. Back out here for the afternoon hunt. I'm sitting in the same stand as I did this morning. It's just in that pine thicket near some bedding areas. And they got a couple of trails moving probably from here to their feeding locations. And I got one buck on his feet this morning at about 8:30. Came in with his nose in the air. I'm guessing he smelled that doe estrus I put out. And I made just a little tiny noise, and he looked at me, and he kind of just turned and walked slowly, eased off to the left, and never could get a shot. But I'm optimistic about tonight. Conditions look great, so everything points to a successful evening, whether it's me, Jeffrey, or Logan. So wish us luck, and hopefully we get to see some deer. little 5-pointer. Did exactly what I wanted him to. Came right up 10, 15 yards from the stand, and just wasn't big enough, wasn't old enough. He's still up there sniffing around in the cut pines, so hopefully something comes out here in the next half hour. The sun has already faded down over the tops of the trees, so the last 30 minutes of daylight here, hopefully another deer will come out. Big doe, big buck, don't matter. Just looking to get some meat, so hopefully I give you a little update, seeing a deer, shooting a deer.
Get that TV figured out there. John Lennon swinging that barrel.
John Lennon, what the hell are you talking about?
Swinging that barrel around there. 2.6, 2.3.
Alright, well, we ended up sleeping in. I'll tell you what though, it might have been worth it. Everyone else didn't see a deer. Not really sure what was going on this morning. Conditions looked good, but weren't moving. Nobody saw anything. So, but we slept in, and it was probably worth it. I needed to catch up on some sleep. I'm going out to put out some cameras right now, because I need to put it down here in this swamp bottom, because it's my little honey hole, as I call it, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be some deer down in there. So I'm going to throw out some corn in front of the camera too, and maybe throw up a scrape in front of it. So I'm going to do that. And also, I think my power steering pump is bad, so that's wonderful. So it's really damn hard to turn the steering wheel. So I get to drive all the way back home with no power steering, which is going to be fun. But yeah, so let's get these cameras out, and hopefully when we come back next weekend, we're gonna have some big old bucks on camera. Alright, I got all my stuff set up down here. I'm trying to be quiet because it's still hunting season. Obviously it's the beginning of November, and I know there are a ton of bucks in here. So what I did was I put a camera on this tree right here, and I got it facing out towards this. There's a bunch of trails that come through here. This one is heavily used, and the bucks down here, they're walking through here. I'm guessing they bed real close. This is just a thick swamp bottom, some marsh. It's very thick, and you got some thick hardwoods over here, and it goes up into pines. I'm thinking they're gonna be bedding because there's also a huge like oak flat down there where there's just big mature hardwoods, and it's open. I'm guessing that's dropping a lot of acorns. So they're going to go through there and feed, and going to be moving through here. And so what I did was, I just did a little trail of corn, coming just probably 20 yards up there, and spread it out some, and made it down here. And then what I did was, right here over this limb, I put me in a little mock scrape, and I get it up in the licking branch too up there. But I know they're in here because, well, let me just show you. There's a pretty decent rub right there, I'd say. That's a pretty good one. There's a few more. Let me go find them. So we got one right here. There's a little on that one. Rub right there. That tree right there is rubbed. There's another one over there that's rubbed. I mean, these deer love this spot down here. I hunted down here from the ground with a buddy a couple times last year. We saw some deer, we saw some does, we didn't see bucks. We only sat it for 2 times in 2 days. But let me tell you, they love this spot. And I'm thinking, it's so thick down in here, I'm not going to be able to get a stand up at all. And I don't really want to get a ground blind. I'm thinking I'm going to hunt from the ground. And I might be able to use this to my advantage. I got just two big oak trees right here that have fallen down. It's really thick in there. So I might be able to come up one day during the week and touch it up a little. Just not sure of exactly where I want to hunt because it is so thick, and it's gonna, if a deer walks it right, if a deer walks, it's just so thick down here that if a deer walks in front of you in shooting range is gonna be very close. So I'm gonna have to be very stealthy, and I'm gonna have to find a perfect spot. I might just have to sit down in a spot, and then for that first hunt just kind of observe, because it's so thick in here that you're gonna have to get up close and personal with these deer. But this is one of my spots that I'm really excited for, we're gonna head on to my other spot at the tripod. Set up a camera there. Alright, I'm at the tripod now, as you can tell by big tripod right there. Give you a better look of what it's like from the ground. It's just, I told you, like a big pine thicket, and then you got this bottom down here where it goes, drops in elevation, goes down to the bottom. There's a little more brush, looks a little thicker down there, so they like to hang out down there, and that's where those 2 bucks came from yesterday. And then everything just kind of slopes up, coming up towards me right here. Over there changes a little bit, but I'm not hunting over there. That's where I want to be hunting next year. We'll talk about that later. Who knows, probably next year. But I got the camera right here on this pine tree. Just spread out some corn here. You know, probably just half a bag, not too much. Just to get the deer moving through here. I had the deer moving through here kind of on a pattern, but I haven't put out corn, so they don't anymore. Because in Georgia now, you're actually allowed to hunt over bait, but they had it split up in the northern and southern zone, and I was in the northern zone, which did not allow you to hunt over bait. The southern zone could. So this is the first year I've been able to do it. I have never done it before, obviously, so I still don't want to hunt that way. I kind of think it's cheating. Maybe not cheating, but it makes it easier, and I kind of like trying to sit and find the deer instead of just throwing out food and waiting for them to come. But I also put out some more doe estrus on this little wick right here, just to entice any bucks at all to come up in here. You know, maybe they'll come up feeding the corn for a couple minutes, or they'll come up here just thinking there's a hot doe and find a doe, maybe find another buck and chase them out. I don't know. I'm just trying to entice some more bucks in this area, so I put up some more doe estrus, so hopefully they come up there. I should probably turn the camera on. I didn't really do that. Whoops. Alright, got some fresh batteries in that camera. Ready to rock and roll. We got the truck all packed up. Power steering is still out, so I believe I need a new power steering pump, which is fantastic. So I had to drive all the way back home. Try to, at least. This is going to be interesting with no power steering. I don't really know. I was able to drive to town yesterday and back without it, so we'll see. But won't be up here until next weekend. Today's November the 4th, so we'll be back up here for the 10th and 11th, and I believe the rut will be, it'll be in the thick of it in the rut. So next weekend should be great, hopefully. Gonna have some more guys come up, so thank you guys for watching this video. Didn't get any deer down. Saw a couple deer, but I don't know, the big ones just weren't moving when I was in the stand, or at least where I was. Maybe I should have sat in the hardwoods, I'm not sure. If you liked watching this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, help me out here, you know, trying to grow the channel a little. But so hope you guys are having a great hunting season, though. Hopefully you got some deer on the ground, hopefully some big ones. So thank you guys, and I will catch you guys next week for another episode of Georgia Outdoors.